Welcome back, my fellow lovers of chaos, to another deep dive into the circus that is 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 days. This week, we're tackling the episode titled The Call of the Wild. And honestly, if wild is a metaphor for Brian's wild lies, I am not ready. We open on Ingrid, gracefully walking along the beach, deep in thought. Classic 90 Day Fiancé mood, dramatic scenery, troubled hearts, and just enough tension to keep you from skipping to the next couple. Ingrid tells us she's worried about Brian's past, and listen, when someone says past on this show, it's never like, he used to be a choir boy. No, it's always something spicy. Like, he's had more wives than most people have throw pillows. Apparently last night, Ingrid got to meet Brian's friends. She was hoping for some glowing reviews, Brian's so sweet, or you're so lucky to have him. Instead, she got, Brian? Oh, you mean Mr. Five-time divorcee? Talk about plot twist. So now, Ingrid's taken some space to reflect, which is fair, because if I found out my partner had a collection of ex-wives, like it's a Pokemon card set, I'd need a moment too. Let's see if Brian can talk his way out of this one, or if Ingrid decides to turn her beach stroll into a permanent getaway.
Eu tenho medo de perder o meu tempo e ser só mais uma na lista, uma brasileira na lista do Gaia.
I can understand her concern. I mean, she's still pretty young. She's in her 30s. But also at the same time, it makes you wonder, like, if he's had 4 ex-wives in the past, obviously he's the problem. Like, there's gotta be a common denominator there, and that's him. But I don't know if she's thinking about that. Ingrid says she hopes this relationship works out, and honestly, love would have a much better shot if Brian came with a warning label. Honestly, at this point, dating Brian must feel like playing in an escape room, but instead of clues, you just find more red flags. Let's see if Brian can stop being a walking plot twist long enough for Ingrid to catch her breath, or if she's about to hit her limit.
Eu não sei como seguir adiante. Eu tenho que pensar mais antes.
Now we have Brian making breakfast for one and delivering his latest performance, The Art of Playing the Victim. Ingrid asks for space, and Brian's over here acting like she asked him to move to another planet. He says, we already have space. She's not even staying in the apartment with me. And I'm like, Brian, that's not space. That's self-preservation. Ingrid's dodging red flags like she's in an Olympic sport at this point. Meanwhile, let's not forget why Ingrid's upset. Oh yeah, Brian conveniently forgot to mention why he was in the wheelchair to begin with. Like, sir, how's that a detail you just casually gloss over? At this point, every episode is a new bombshell, and every lie Brian's told is unraveling faster than those pancakes he's attempting to flip. But sure, Brian, go ahead and make yourself the victim. You've got your breakfast, your lies, and a brand new layer of drama to dig yourself out of. Let's see how this plays out.
No matter what I say or do, it always just seems that she's looking for another reason or excuse to pull away.
I have an idea why she might be behaving like that, Brian. Maybe it's because you're a lying liar who lies.
Because I feel like I've done everything and I've tried my best and it just doesn't seem to be working.
Who frickin' who? Talking in that low tone, trying to make people feel bad for you, is not gonna work because we've already seen you do that so much throughout the season, Brian, and all of the lies you've told, and yada yada. No one cares anymore. Honestly, I think most of us are at the same consensus that Ingrid deserves better. So then Brian FaceTimes his sister Reese because apparently whining about Ingrid is a family affair. He's still playing the victim, and he's telling her about how they went to dinner with his friend and it turned into a let's expose Brian's past, the 4 marriages edition. Brian's over here acting like he's the one who got blindsided. Like, sir, you're the one who turned your past into a Netflix docuseries. Ingrid didn't dig this up. Your friend handed her the trailer, and now he's pulling the she asked for space card again, as if he didn't hand her a list of reasons why space was the only logical option. The manipulation is so thick, I'm surprised Reese didn't FaceTime him back on mute. And look, I get it. He's disabled and that's tough, but Brian makes it so hard to have any sympathy when he's out here using the victim Olympics to dodge accountability. Like, we're all out of gold medals for you, buddy. Let's see if Reese calls him out or just grabs some popcorn and lets this train wreck keep rolling.
It's just ridiculous. You want space? You don't have time for space.
Oh yeah? Well, Ingrid doesn't have time to be dealing with the lying liar who lies. Get over it.
Have a talk with her. Yeah. It's time, it's time. Put her to the wall.
Wow, just wow. Turns out Reese is an enabler. Apparently she doesn't know her brother well enough. Or maybe she does know her brother and she does not care that he is literally living human garbage.
This trip has definitely not gone the way I expected, and there's just something that's just not sitting right with me.
We're wrapping up Brian and Ingrid's segment, for now anyway, with Brian saying he wanted to reach out to Ingrid, but surprised she reached out to him first. They're meeting at a restaurant to talk, which is reality TV code for brace yourself, things are about to get messier than Brian's life story. But I'm gonna have to leave the rest of that train wreck for another video, because honestly, this is all I can take of his manipulation. Feel bad for me routine. Ingrid girl, I hope you see the light and run. No, actually sprint away from this energy vampire and his team of enablers. You're young, beautiful, and have your whole life ahead of you. You don't need Brian draining your soul like a dollar store Dracula. So that's it for now. We'll dive into the restaurant showdown in another video. Until then, let's all send Ingrid some good vibes and a one-way ticket to a better relationship. She deserves it.